Okay, Amber, we are ready to start on time.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Okay, so it's 10:30. If everyone can turn their cameras on, if they are here, that would be great. Okay, so it is April 21st, and I'm calling to order the Parks and Conservation Committee. As you can see, we continue to meet virtually, but there are still lots of ways to participate. You can sign up to join the meeting at ci.missoula.mt.us/webcast. You could also leave a voicemail for all of City Council at 406-552-6012, or an email at council@ci.missoula.mt.us. If you are joining us by phone, although I don't see any attendees at the moment, to raise and lower your hand when I call for public comment, please just press *9. Thank you, Karina. And Karina, if you'll do a roll, that would be great.
Okay, let's see, roll call. Here we go. Sorry, I have to get it up here. Okay, Anderson? I don't see Stacy. Becerra? Don't see Martha. Contos?
I'm here.
Harp?
Here.
Hess? Don't see Hess. Jones? I don't see Jones. Merritt?
Present.
Ramos?
Present.
Cheryl?
Present.
Viseca? Don't see Sandra. Anderson is here. And then Von Lossberg?
Here.
West?
Here.
Okay. And we do have a quorum.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. We have minutes from April 14th. We need to approve. Are there any changes to those minutes? Seeing none, those will stand approved. We do not have any public here to comment, so I will go ahead and move us on to our first item. I see Nathan's here, and this is our first and only item, the Milwaukee Trail and Tool Park Contract Amendment. And if you want to go ahead and take that, Nathan, that'd be great.
Great, thank you very much. So I'm here, this is kind of a follow-up on the development agreement and easement for Tool Park that City Council approved, I believe it was this week or last week. So essentially the overview of this project is that the developer of the Reed building is trying to take some utility lines that are currently in the 4th Street right-of-way and desires to put them underground. Their desired location is actually under the Milwaukee Trail along the river. And let me share my screen so you all can have a good sense of where that is. So the redevelopment is happening here on the bottom of the map. You can kind of see the power lines that are right there along 4th Street. So Milwaukee Trail over here along the river, they desire to take the power lines, put them underground, and then reconnect them back up over where they would come back and be daylighted again. So as part of that development agreement, we have asked that they perform some trail, park, and lighting improvements so that there is a net benefit for the public. And that was all part of the development and easement agreement. So today we're actually looking at the contract to get these improvements designed. So essentially the improvements that we're looking for are to widen the trail to our new trail standard. This is a really congested area of trail, especially this time of year and in the summer. So we'd like to widen it to around 14 feet, including 2-foot shoulders on either side. The lighting is currently our old standard, and we want to upgrade that to our new lighting standard, and then provide better ADA access to the trail from the turnaround on 4th Street. The consultant that we will be hiring to do the design work is already under contract with us to be doing the Clark Fork River restoration and access improvements. So in this kind of little bubble area, there's a major river access point that's likely planned for this area. From a previous process, this shows kind of a conceptual image of what that access point will look like. So just to give you a sense of some of the other things that are happening in this area, the consultants that are designing this would also be responsible for designing the trail improvements as part of this contract. Also in that development agreement it was outlined how this would be paid for, and the design work will be paid for by the developer. Initially, they will be paying for just the design of the improvements. Those improvements will go out to bid. Upon favorable bids, then they would pay for the remainder of the contract, which is contract or construction administration and closeout. And so there is no financial obligation of the city in this contract. It's all being paid for by the developer. So the motion is to approve the amendment to the professional services contract with Respect Company LLC in the amount not to exceed $55,329.50.
Great, thanks, Nathan. And just to reiterate what we asked in another meeting, this will be coordinated with kind of our broader vision and planning in that area as we look at this, correct?
Exactly, and that's really one of the main reasons why we wanted to have our consultants design this, because they're already will be doing that major access on the river. And so there's going to be some interaction with the trail and how that gets designed and how people are going to be using that space. So it's really important that all that's coordinated.
Yeah, great. Thank you. Yeah, thanks. So I will take council questions now. Let me see, I think. Julie, go ahead.
Okay, Nathan, just to be clear, so RESPEC is going to be designing the new river access point and the whole stretch of the widening of the trail.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, sorry if I am asking something you just finished saying.
That's fine.
I have I'm going to speak a little bit on Gwen's behalf since she's not here. We've been in touch with some of the folks who have taken care of the native plant garden over the past many years, and would like to coordinate once the design is ready to tell us how much impact there might be on the native plant garden. We'd like to go in and rescue as many plants as possible to the extent that that's possible. So I just wanted to let you guys know that I'm going to be kind of trying to coordinate that, and maybe at some point when the timing is right, we could meet out on site and just do what we can to try and reduce that impact on the native plant garden. I am going to abstain from voting on this because my husband works for RESPEC, and just to avoid any appearance of conflict of interest here.
Thanks, Julian. Thanks for your work around the native plants. Neil.
Thanks, everyone. Neil Minor with Missoula Parks and Recreation. I just wanted to build on what Julie just mentioned. We have been working with the folks over there a little, and we've actually already talked to Morgan Valiant and his team for the Conservation Lands and Ecosystems and Services team to look at any of that plant material that potentially could be impacted, because I think that the best time to relocate it could be coming up pretty quickly before we know. And so we are going to take a look at that, and we'd be more than willing to meet out there with the neighborhood. And I met out there with a few of them with Gwen in the past, and we're more than happy to meet with them again.
Thanks, Neil. Are there any more questions from council? Okay, seeing none, I do need a motion. Stacy.
I will let the ward rep make the motion, so I will lower my hand.
Okay, great. Thanks, Heather.
Thanks, Casey. I'm never quite sure why we need sometimes representatives making the motions for certain words, but I'm happy to do so. Thanks.
Great, thank you. So there is a motion on the table. There's no public in attendance. So won't go to public comment. And if any other council members have comments, please raise your hand. Seeing none, Karina, would you go ahead and do a roll call vote?
Absolutely. Anderson?
Yes.
Anderson votes yes. Becerra?
Yes.
Becerra votes yes. Contos?
Yes.
Contos votes yes. Harp?
Yes.
Harp votes yes. Merritt?
I abstain.
Oh. And then Hess?
Yes.
Hess votes yes. Ramos?
Yes.
Ramos votes yes. Cheryl?
Yes.
Cheryl votes yes. Von Lossberg?
Yes.
Von Lossberg votes yes. West?
Yes.
West votes yes. So that is 9 yeses, or I'm so sorry. 8 yeses and 1 abstain.
Great, thank you. And that is our only item. Neil, Nathan, thank you for attending.
Thank you.
Yeah, appreciate your work on this. So the Parks and Conservation Committee will be adjourned. Bye, everyone.